Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming a different way in my room. You can see that's my bed and that's my little baby Maggie. I've had her since 8th grade, so she's quite old, but she loves to sleep on my bed right there in that spot every day, all day. So today is going to be a first impressions video. I have a list of kind of like video ideas and like a box of things that I wanted to do videos on, and I'm like, I might as well just combine a few of the products. I don't have any new foundation or concealer, so I'm gonna do that and then be right back. But then everything else, I think with the exception of blush, blush I have new. So my blush and my base makeup are gonna be just normal. So, all right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my base on. I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea water foundation and then just Shape Tape on. For my first impressions for my powder is the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. And when you open it, it comes with this little poof. I don't think I'm going to use that. But I'm going to just tap a little bit into the cap and on the flat side of my sponge, I'm just going to just a little powder there so that that sets. What should we talk about? Oh, I have some new things. I don't know if I talked about this in my last video, but I got a inner ear piercing. It's called a Daith piercing. And it helps with headaches and migraines, which I had kind of been experiencing with increased frequency. I did go in just to get, I was gonna get like a little tiny like helix piercing, like a cute little stud. But a coworker of mine was like, well, you have headaches, so why don't you try that one? And it turns out it's supposedly the most painful one. So that was my first piercing that I ever got, besides the one, like my first lobe piercings, the one that my parents got for me when I was 5, I think. So yeah. And then last week I just got the second lobe pierced. So I just have the cute little tiny stud in there for now. So yeah. And one of my original lobe piercings was pierced slightly crooked because it was done at Claire's with a piercing gun and the person didn't do it completely straight. So when I wear my first lobe earrings, like it's just a little sensitive still. So because I wear typically big hoops, so they move around, and I think it just was like irritating it a little bit, so that's why I don't have any earrings in my first holes. Okay, so let's go into brows. So I featured this in my, was it my Ulta haul? Or yeah, I think my Ulta haul. This is the new Maybelline, the Total Temptation line, so I'm going to be using all 3 products from that today. This is the brow pencil in soft brown, and so I wonder if you can kind of see that. It's like in this cool shape. No, you can't, it's blurry. Okay, so I'm just gonna go, I don't like this. This spoolie is too small. This like baby tiny spoolie. I have on backup my new brush from Anastasia, the 7B brush, in case this is totally crazy. So typically, I've been using powder since I got my brows done at the Benefit Brow Bar, and she recommended this product, the Browsings. It's like the wax and the powder, number and shade 3. So I've just been using that. So I haven't used a pencil in a few weeks, but typically I just do the underside. This is the brow that was waxed off, so I have to add more, like I have to actually add tail to it, and then I'll go in and like fill in the top and stuff. Okay, so thoughts after the first brow. The color for the soft brown is a good color, but I think it's kind of similar to what I've been using with the Benefit brow powder. Yeah, I think it's a similar color. It's not too red, but honestly, this weird shaped tip is not necessarily helping me because once you use it, like the first few strokes, it's not sharp anymore. You know, it's not that clean cut edge, but it applies okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second brow. Okay, so both my brows are on. Like I said, I don't necessarily like the shape, but I'm really interested to see how the formula wears for that one. All right, so the second part of that collection is an eyeshadow palette and highlight. Oh, it has highlighter in it. Oh, I forgot that. I was gonna use a separate highlighter today. Plus, I think these shades actually might be too dark for me because I'm pale. Okay, so my camera died, but again, I have a spare battery, so I'm all good. Okay, so I was just opening the Total Temptation palette. So this is what it looks like. So we have our like peachy browns over here and then our like mauvey colors. So I'm gonna do a swatch of each one. Ooh. These are buttery. Okay, so the bottom two are matte and the top two are kind of shimmery. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that for my eye makeup today. Just gonna get like a blending brush. And I'm gonna go in with the this color right here. But I feel like I almost should put down something lighter. So I'm just grabbing a shade from the Tarte Toasted palette because it's right next to me in that box of goodies, makeup goodies. It's called S'more. So it's just kind of like a creamy white. It's my skin color basically. And then I'm gonna go in with Cashmere. So these are kind of more powdery than I remember my my Tarteist matte palette, Tarteist Pro matte palette being. But that's okay. They still look good. So that's that color down. And then I'm going to go in with the color from this palette. It's the third one. 1, 2, 3. Down. And then I'm going to add that to the crease. So it seems to be blending well with those other shadows, which is good. Because like I said, this is kind of a little bit dark for me to go right into, especially on my skin tone for a eyeshadow crease shade. Oh, my hair is going to dry all crazy. Okay, I'm going to take my glasses off my head so my hair doesn't dry like a crazy beast. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I think it's even. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to go in with this brown shade right here. And I'm going to use, I was using an E38 by Sigma, by the way. I'm going to go in with an E25. So at first I was a little bit scared because of how, like, it doesn't look deep, but it like looks pigmented, so, but it's really blending well with the other shadows. There is a little bit of fallout, but nothing bad. Yeah, nothing bad. So that's good. And then I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna mix the two matte shades. Just got powder in my eye. And put them on the lower lash line. How does that look? I typically don't do shadow all the way in, but I'm feeling it. Okay, so now I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use a gradient effect. I'm gonna use this color and then the lighter color in the corner for the lid. Whew. That's extremely powdery. Was not expecting that. Okay. So it swatches okay with the finger. Maybe I should just use the finger. Go in and blend it with a brush. So looking at these two highlighters here, neither of them are going to be good on my skin tone because they're too dark. They could definitely be used as eyeshadows, but I'm not sure how they actually like swatch with a brush. See, with a brush, the pigment just like, some of it sticks, but it doesn't stick as well. Just like fall out everywhere. So honestly, I don't think I would get this again, which is disappointing because I was super excited for this collection. So, okay, so I'm gonna go into the mascara now. So this is supposed to be flirty and fluffy lashes, and I got mine in the shade Blackest Black. Sorry about that. Okay, so it comes like this. It's very light packaging, as in like weight wise. Okay, let's go. So I like it. It works well on my lashes. I guess kind of the true test would be to how it wears. And I think I'm gonna try to do a little like check-in, not check-in, like down in the description box, kind of go into like how the item actually wore. Okay guys, I'm not used to contouring, so this is a new product. This is called 3 Steps to Sculpt from NYX. And I'm not sure if I went in too heavy-handed. I only tapped my brush on it once, so it is pigmented. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm not going to use the 2 other products in this 3 Ways to Sculpt palette. There is like a, let me do it on the other hand. There's like almost like an under eye setting powder and then a highlighter, but I'm not going to use those today. The under eye setting powder doesn't look bad, but I've already used the Dermalogica powder. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. All right, so I was just gonna use a tiny bit of Sweetie Pie bronzer just to kind of warm things up a tiny bit. Ooh, that looks pretty. So I'm gonna kind of use this as my blush, I think, today. And not do blush. I was gonna do kind of like an apricot blush, like a peachy color, but I think this looks good. Okay. And then, oh, the funnest part. So I've been using the same highlighter for like months and months and months. So I'm like, Mariah, you need to like branch out and try one of the other highlighters that you have in your box of goodies to try. So I'm gonna go into Pixi's, sorry, you can't see it, Pixi's London Luster. This is a collab with Aspen Ovard. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. So I've only ever swatched this, and it swatches really pretty. So I'm just going to use a small setting brush to go ahead and go in. Ooh, that packs a punch. So you don't want to get it too close down here, because this is where your pores are, at least for me, my more prevalent pores, and it kind of will like stick to that and accentuate it. Oh, so pretty. Okay, just a wee bit on the nose and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Yeah, I think that did the job well. It's kind of a similar color to the Smashbox one. It might be a little bit less champagne-y, but still good. All right. So, actually I think that's it. Actually, do I have a new lip product? Actually, I think I do. I think I have a sample that I got from Nars at like Sephora, so let me go get that. It's in one of my favorite formulas. It's in like that matte crayon lip. Okay, so this is it. It's called Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. This is my favorite. I have my favorite red is in this formula. Dragon Girl, I believe it is. So, yeah, let's do that. So this is like a sample size. So it's a little bit smaller, but it's still got 0.06 ounces, so not bad. So I'm just gonna go in and fill her in. Okay, so I got that on. I think it looks really good with kind of just the muted kind of warm brown colored eyes. It's nice and bold and pretty. Oh, I just noticed that. I literally like karate chopped myself with my hair product that I put in. So I was like shaking it, and I like was like going like this, and it like it's like a squeezy tube, so the corners are pointy. I like jabbed myself. Anyway, guys, but so out of everything, I think it did work well. Like I said, with the eyebrow pencil, the shape doesn't necessarily help me, but it's not bad, and I like the color. The mascara was fine. I guess I blinked before it was dry, so I have some to clean up. But as far as the eyeshadow, like it looks fine. It looks beautiful. The mattes are okay. They were powdery, but it's the shimmers that were really powdery. Like I have like makeup all over my jeans now from Fallout, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But I mean, it looks good when it's on. So maybe I should just wet the brush next time. Yeah, and I already know I like this formula of this Nars pencil, so I do like the color though. I think it's pretty. So, oh, and I love the highlighter. And the contour is something new to me. Like, it's not something I do like normally as like part of my routine. So that's why I wanted to try it. But yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.